Casey Boykins is a writer and actor from Chicago. She got her BFA in acting from Syracuse University with further training from the Second City, the Groundlings, and Shakespeare's Globe. Her passion is people, with a strong belief that telling heartfelt stories in unconventional ways is our most important job as artists. You can hear Casey in the audio play God Hates the Gays, presented by Invited Dress, and also featured on episode 3 of the Theater Practice podcast with Miriam Weiner. She was named a finalist for Hedgebrook's Summer Fall 2023 Writer in Residence program in the screenwriting category. And most recently, her short script, Heaven, made her a second rounder at the Austin Film Festival. That's right. Casey is currently a rom-com podcast writer for Meet Cute Inc. Do you remember Casey?
Okay. I love asking people what they're afraid of on first dates. Hi, don't you look cute? What keeps you up at night? Maybe I just want to see how they talk about fear. Maybe I'm just waiting for them to ask me. So I'll tell you, because you're here, because you're listening, because you're dying to know. I'm Casey, I'm 27, and I'm afraid of so many things. I'm afraid of being forgotten. This fear has haunted me since I was a tot, when I began to observe my parents misplacing things. Who was supposed to pick Casey up? You were. A tiny Catholic schoolgirl momentarily misplaced. I am quite famously estranged from my mother. Estrangement is largely a sacrifice of memory, past and future, of being remembered in detail. It requires acceptance of the fact that there are now less people to hold on to me. I once relished in the joy of explaining myself to new people. I didn't have to tell anyone about the boys I'd blown just because they'd recalled something, anything about me. But I've grown tired of telling the story of myself to people who won't remember. So I'll tell you, because you're here, because you're listening, because I'm hoping that you will. But I don't want to be remembered perfectly. We don't remember perfect people. So I guess I can tell you about the time I drove a golf cart through a funeral. No, I did not know a funeral was occurring. And what I wanted to be when I grew up was a pop star. Famous, of course. I thought I'd sleep with people so hot my haters would catch fire. That the love of millions could keep me from being misplaced. I used to think about dying, but who wants to be remembered for dying? I'm not asking you to remember everything, okay? Just something. Because I'm convinced that the more people hold on to us, the longer we stay alive. I'm not asking you to remember everything, just something. Then maybe someday in the future, you'll be stuck in traffic, and the driver in the car next to you will start picking their nose. And suddenly you'll remember a loud girl on stage telling you that she lost her virginity to a man in Greenpoint who had a huge, great penis, looked like a vase, and a visible booger in his nose. Yes, the booger was visible the entire time. No, he did not want me to pick it. My father can remember a defensive lineman's weight from 1987. But when I asked him my birth time, so I could start telling women my astrological big three, he told me I was born at 4 p.m. I was born at 11 a.m. I thought I was a Capricorn rising for months, and sure, this isn't a big deal. It's a few hours. But imagine someone forgetting what time you showed up on the planet. And there were only 2 people there. One I don't talk to, and the other one forgot. It's almost as if it never happened at all, as if I never happened at all. But I did happen. I am happening. So are you. I hope we are all lucky enough to be remembered imperfectly and in great detail. Thanks.